Credible information, TDN TDN Africa Media, for news and entertainment, TDN gets the latest, TDN Africa Media,
Good morning and a pleasant welcome to TDN Africa Media. Thanks for joining us. This is Salone Talk and Mina Diana Coca.
Mina Theophilus Gbenda.
credible information.
All right. Well, of course, it's a new day and a new edition coming to you live from our Freetown studio. Of course, it's not TDN Africa Media. You get the opportunity for listening to the front pages of the newspapers in front of we. And you also get opportunity for listening to some highlights of very important things them where they happen in the country. Well, like always, we will give the headlines and then go to the newspapers them. Bad signs for Salone in World Cup qualifying struggle, you know, and it's a very serious matter for us, unfortunately. We draw with Ethiopia and Morocco, and then they give you 2-0 Liberia by Egypt. So that alone, that puts you in a bad state in the group. Then the official results for the Liberian election will be announced today. But the question is, already the sitting president don't concede defeat. So you might try to ask yourself, why not wait for the official announcement? Is that unprecedented? Over 4,000 prisoners were released in Nigeria for tackle the issue of overcrowding. So why are we talking about it? Because we get a similar situation as Salone, wherein we prison facilities, they jam-packed and a day against international best practice. So we look at the reason why Nigeria for release over 4,000 prisoners. Is it also to address the issue of overcrowding? Yes, it is. All right. Prostate cancer, they on the rise in Salone. And no one seems to be talking about it. It affects mostly men. After 40 years, you stand the risk of having prostate cancer. So what are the causes? We will not look into the causes because, you know, we're not a medical expert there. We can only focus on the issue. See, on a weekly basis, over 45 cases of prostate cancer are reported. So it's a very serious matter. And not only that, HIV/AIDS is on the rise. And the critical concern is that it is affecting a great percentage of children 0 to 24 years. So we'll look at it. Charlotte community say they don't agree with the headman election and that the person where ECSA declare as winner not even register in the community. And according to them, the law is clear on that you can only vote or participate in the election in the area you were registered. So if you are not registered in that area, it means you not get any legitimacy. So that's what the people are saying, and that they raise this issue, but ECS not even listen to them. There's need to scale up nutrition in Sierra Leone, because according to reports, lots and lots of premature births are happening right now in the country. Lots of premature births are happening. In other words, out of every 3 people where they're born, one gets an issue of premature birth in terms of body size and other kinds of things. And so it's a very serious matter. We'll get the scaling up nutrition at the office of the Vice President. So the question is, what are they doing? Are they well capacitated? Are they functional? Are you hearing about them? You know? So all of this. So we will go into the details of all of those. But for now, let's just go straight to the newspaper stuff. So stay tuned and stay fixed, as this is your medium, TDN Africa Media. All right.
Okay, we start off with the Calabash newspaper. On the front page of the Calabash newspaper, EU and OACPS members signed Samao agreements charting a 20-year partnership. Sierra Leone leads in commemorating UN World Day for Child Protection. Xi Jinping, Joe Biden engage in comprehensive talks on China-US relations. And Chief Justice pledges to safeguard the rights of persons living with HIV. Susan's Bay Community Resilience Project handed over to Freetown City Council. From the Calabash, we now take the Concord Times. The Concord Times newspaper, on the front page, it says, Sierra Leone commemorates UN Day Against Sexual Exploitation. First Lady Fatima Bio encourages survivors to be stronger. And as members dissociate themselves from votes of no confidence, Slanger's board remains intact. President Bio, 94% of sexual exploitation victims are women and girls. Liberia, citizens hail Weah's concession in light of election results. We move on to the Independent Observer. On the front page of the Independent Observer newspaper, Parliament appreciates immigration boss. Chief Justice condemns discrimination against HIV victims. Statistics Sierra Leone celebrates African Statistics Day. And Malam O attends Africa Positive Magazine's 25-year celebrations in Germany. The City Hunter newspaper, George Weah turns election punching bag. Joseph Waki wins runoff. NRA boss amplifies President Bio's appreciation message. Financial Secretary defends 5% duty on rice. The next paper now, the Salone Compass, and it reads, tax on rice, citizens' death warrants, Salone economy in the gutters, Jolax, Miller, and PCN sons assure youths of what? Well, you have to find out. On the Voice of Salone, you get Pavi Ford gives false impression, no traffic light at Faye Junction. As government runs out of cash, the stomachs of every Sierra Leonean is about to feel the pinch. China president and US president holds discussion on world peace. And over a wise IIP railway deal, will ex-mines minister survive the storm? Well, that's a question. And over outcome of Liberia's presidential runoff election, George Weah concedes defeats. We move on to the Africa 24, and it says AfriCell 2023 Marathon brings smiles to athletes. Mercy ships is God sent. In quotation, who are they quoting? Beneficiary applauses. Sahr Pharmacy Board should wake up. And Mange PC draws dagger with subjects. The C4D media gets on the front page. KTB professionals transition to national accounting firm unveils new partner Aminata Yanira Kamara. And amidst bills, feed Salone initiative and tax imposed on import rice, Sierra Leone projected for high rice imports in 2024. In commemoration of UN Day, Angola, Nigeria First Ladies visit Sierra Leone. And we also get Marcela Sembasise calls for unity among CSOs to amplify voices of society. The drone, on the front page of the drone, you get as board chair of 3 secondary schools, Dr. Philip J. Kanu updates Education Minister on progress made. And Ministry of Lands claims state land in Sierra Leone, legal procedures and implications. Government overseas travel budget practices high flying. The Liberian experience, winning elections via ballot box and not dialogue. Okay, so New Life Ministries International offers 4th free medical services to Ross Road community. We move on now to the Standard Times newspaper, and it has on its front page WAEC releases seized 2023 WAEC results. WASC results, WAEC releases 2023 WASC results. And 6.6 billion euros fraud. Indian tycoon in police nets. And corruption for police officers in custody. The next paper is the Heritage, and it has First Lady host colleagues. ACC wants public officials. ECSL awards Heritage newspaper for excellence. And CIO meets Belgian counterparts. The Premier News on the front page is saying CJ, Chief Justice, condemns discrimination against people living with HIV, assures protection. President commends Nigeria for support. And Faith Tabernacle Ministries celebrates Family Day Thanksgiving service. That's the final paper for the headlines this morning. So make sure you get a copy of the papers for more in-depth of the stories.
Thank you so much, Madam Diana, for reading the front pages of the newspapers. Then, of course, you get the opportunity for grab a copy. They did at the Street of Freetown for just 2 years. So I'll now deal with the few things they will pick up from the reading of the headlines. Quoting President's bill, it says 94% of sexual and gender-based violence victims are women and girls. Diana, is this surprising?
They have to be women and girls.
They have to. So which means it's normal.
It has, yes.
Are you saying it's a normal situation?
It's a normal situation.
But how normal, Diana? Hello? I disagree with you. Because you said they have to be women and girls. But why?
I just would only get reports over the years about sexual exploitation against women and girls. So not just until we knew. Now an ongoing situation where not still address it. Despite all the campaigns them and all the initiatives them for address the issue, it's still they happen. Perpetrators them, they go free. We know they see. Not all time you see they get hold of the perpetrators there. Most of the cases there they go settle them, you know. So it's unabated. They continue unabatedly.
Well, it is worrying because the president will at one time declare, say, sexual and gender-based violence against women, or even rape, in particular rape, is crime against the state. I mean, we see they even impose life imprisonment on people who perpetrate the kind rape, But the sexual and gender-based violence, how can we describe it? Then, how can we define it?
Well, I'll just give
roughly,
opinion.
Of course.
There are lots of crimes that they commit against women and girls them in different communities them. One, as you don't say, rape, and also you get assaults them where they can go and hurt women them. So there's a lot of things that already happen to women in our communities them, where even not only man they do to women them, you get like the young girls them back where you can get some elderly women they also they cause some assault against some young girls them as communities them. So some of the things that the people unknowingly or knowingly they see begin well, there was one incident where they say one lady, actually it happened at one barrack that told me so, or picking teeth in something, go put in an inside. I don't know, are you me?
Yeah.
So all the things that they, the violation of against women and girls, the way they happen in society, where people they can do them and they're not conscious, which they do so they violate the rights of girl picking them and woman.
Okay. So I try for search for the definition of sexual and gender-based violence. It says sexual and gender-based violence, SGBV, is violence committed against a person because of his or her sex or gender. It is forcing another person to do something against his or her will through violence, coercion, threats, deception, cultural expectation, or economic means. So what you will say?
You see, it's so broad. There's a lot of words where the inside that definition there.
Okay.
So each one you get to explain them for people to understand that you force somebody to do something violently beyond their will, which is not right. So you see, people especially most of the perpetrators, they can be man them. And when they do that thing they are so that they forget the fact that they commit crime against women and girls.
Okay. So is it because they are not aware that they are committing a crime, or is just because they say when man don't grab no problem?
I don't think they're not aware, because especially when say this is a small picking, at least every man forgets control over himself.
Okay.
Go say picking. Look, there was a time with the area, but I think it somehow reduced now. We know the area, but the 3-4 months old picking there again.
Okay.
But there was a time when the area man they go put finger inside 3 months old picking.
Oh.
How could you? Whatever way you think grandpa you, or whatever feeling you get for insert you and or your penis inside a 3-4 months old girl picking. So for me, I think there are some. They're just a habit, they're not aware, they just take risk, they take advantage of certain situations.
Okay. So let me now look at the different types of sexual and gender-based violence. One, you get, of course, sexual violence, and for rape woman, physical violence, for beats, understand? Beats, punching, maiming, or killing. They get emotional or psychological violence. They say it's non-sexual. But a verbal abuse, that's somebody going to curse you, they tell you all kind of bad word, and sometimes they isolate you, just treat you like, or somebody they just victim of victimization or intimidation. Then socio-economic violence, socio-economic violence, and this means exclude a person from participating in society. That they say, for participate for nothing. And this includes the denial of access of the person to health services, economic, education, and work. Wow, this is serious. They get domestic violence. The domestic violence, now also with the top where that woman because of small trade picking do a whole yarn, tie am, put fire day or put yarn and soda. They get other harmful practices them, like what they call it the harmful practices, including FGM and they can say the child marriage. Child marriage also fall under this. Then polygamous marriage, it also fall under this sexual and gender-based violence. Because some women do not get power for stop the man. If I say I have a married to you, man, my wife cannot stop me. But psychologically, emotionally, that man is not going to be happy, this and that. All that torture where do man for endure, all they can see. So anyway, the long and short of it is that sexual and gender-based violence is very, very serious. And people don't ever say it's not just about raping or harassing a woman, but it's also about domestic issues like child abuse, and they can say and again polygamous marriage is very important. But of course, this is common now because, for instance, the Muslims, they give green light to polygamous marriage. As long as you can marry, you can take care of the women or pay the dowry. You can even have 10 women. Now it's left to you. I mean, okay. Then this other one say government runs out of cash, Diana, and that the citizens are bound to suffer. Indeed, a recent report by BAN said the government accounts they in the reds. So you see the reason now for the taxes. The taxes. The government is so concerned about the taxes, but not worried about the overspending of government funds on traveling and running government generally. Your take, please.
I think we dealt with this issue last week again.
Yeah.
I think any responsible government therefore make sure they ensure that whatever they do, especially in terms of financial issues,
Okay.
they do them in a way that it will affect the country as a whole. Because for Labour Budget Advocacy Network, what we all know see over the years, they don't ensure that they bring out the issues inside the budget and highlight to the public how the current situation is like. For let us say government runs in the rest, not say the situation really serious.
Yeah.
Because before you come out with that kind of information, before you ever sit and engage, the Ministry of Finance, which I believe they don't do. Okay. And they get or maybe they cannot, even because they are CSOs, they have to work independently. But I'm not saying they don't do the fact finding very, very well. They don't get information. Where lead them for publish the report when the issue out.
All right.
So it's a concern. And I think governments for really take steps for address this issue as so, because for me, despite we talk about this, they still travel, they still they use more money. The expenses they're too high, Apart from the traveling, the other expenses they convoy them too large every day, get over 10 vehicles. I think President building for cut down the vehicles.
All right.
So many vehicles behind them,
Well, now the fanfare around the presidency. Then the other one say this other issue what we concern, we say winning election by votes, not dialogue. What do you think of here?
This was not the Liberia scenario we begin class.
Okay.
So you get a win election genuinely, which the president in Liberia already don't concede defeat. He's man enough for say yes, I have lost the election, let it go. There's only one Liberia. So put Liberia first. That is what he has expressed. He don't display it. So I think George Weah, me I hold in high esteem. I think one time is enough. What else? What do I want?
Exactly.
Besides politics, I have lived my life. You don't make money before you can inside politics.
Yeah.
So you don't can spend money inside politics.
Yes.
So I don't want to make them go into dialogue. Again, the time begin get to problem, violence erupt. just like Salone, Liberia has gone through a brutal war. And any reasonable, sober-minded individual, a leader for that matter, when you put their things, their thoughts together, you're going to do the right thing. He has demonstrated it, free, fair election, and he lost. He has accepted willingly without even the official results. They don't concede defeat. So
Exactly.
it's a good thing.
All right. So here we will say dialogue, not just a bad precedent. I said it before. That is a very, very bad precedent that will come out in an election. Things that happen at the election will not go properly. They say, "Oh, go sit down and talk." No, democracy does not work like that. It has to be free and fair, and somebody has to win hands down, or a runoff has to be conducted. Whoever emerges is the president. You don't force yourself to be president over a people, because the repercussion of it is that you will not be able to do your work successfully, right? So when you have the mandate of the people, then you have their you have affection for them. You have affection for them. If you not get affection for them, it's a very serious matter. We're going to play one video. What one governor in Nigeria say about taxes. Okay. Then, of course, 4 police officers in custody over corruption. 4 police officers in custody. Oh, they don't say what they hear about police officers being corrupt, this and that, that and that. The reason is why. Why? Is it because they're not well taken care of? Is it because they are exposed to corruption? Diana, what do you think?
What's corruption? Not only police officers they corrupt.
No, in this case, we're talking about police officers, Diana.
So it doesn't matter how much they pay them. If you want to be corrupt, you will be corrupt. You know, the more you get, the more you want. So the mentality that they are seeing in the country. So people want to live luxurious lives. So the only way they can live that life is to be corrupt.
Well,
I don't know how, in what instance, traffic officers there, but they say 4 police officers.
They say police officers.
So because you have to know what they really do.
Okay.
You know, those kind of corruption charges they make against them, those kind of allegations they make against them. You know, whether or not they want to read in that traffic, who did they give them money, or I don't really know the situation for these 4 police officers.
Okay.
You know,
Yes. Thank you very much, indeed, Diana. We will go to the other issues that now we will go for comments on. But definitely, we will go for the video from the governor in Nigeria of one of the states. Then he is not happy about taxes being imposed on people, and so he came out openly to say he is going to take a different pathway when it comes to that. All right. Well, we'll go to the main highlight of the day. We'll start with the bad news, bad signal. Leon Stars being trashed 2 knots by Egypt in Liberia. I know that night is a disappointing result, but the question is, are you surprised?
You know, Egypt is a big team, you know. They don't play, they qualify for World Cup.
All the time.
Yeah, it's a big team. They have the likes of Musala, you know.
Musala?
Yes, I think he plays for Liverpool. Am I right? Musala, he plays for Liverpool in the English Premier League. So they got other players there, you know, apart from him. They have other international players and other local players, you know. So Egypt is a very strong team, you know. I know that is they are not too focused on football. I've never watched Leon Stars play the past 2 games, you know. I understand, say we get 2 red cards.
Yeah, 2 red cards.
You know, I wonder why the boys they make go so.
I think that the card has been too much. So man, the way the card, they give the man.
Say no go no side. So for me, in fact, for let them get 2 get tried 2 man out in the
Against Egypt for that matter.
and concede 2. I think it's good because Egypt for them beat them, woefully. But anyway, I think it's a disappointing news, Football, they unite Sierra Leoneans, they bring we can together. And no wonder they make the country quiet this weekend. No noise.
Yeah. So it's a very serious matter because with the first game would go.
I don't know we position now at the league. I think we for play I don't know how many games they're supposed to play.
No, 6 countries will they face. 6 countries. Well, they face 5 countries. Salone make 6.
Inside the group stage.
Inside the group stage. Yeah.
And we don't draw one.
We don't lost one. Miserably. This is a miserable loss. So that the word that government need to do more. Yes.
So what think government need to do? We need players. That is what we need.
Governments need more. Government need to do more than
because later you give them millions, like how I understand they give the Egyptians almost $1 million individually.
Yeah, I know.
If we don't have those players for match them, it no matter how much million they give them, then
right.
it's not going to make any
you see this boy, this Sahr, this guy, the way the card will man them. I mean, the way no more. That's what Liverpool they play for.
Yeah.
I mean, so all they go play against Sweden and Liberia. Can you imagine?
So we players they really need for do a lot. Training. There's a lot of players.
Imagine they come and they can play in Africa. They say, but easy for global. Let's just go and give them 2 or 3. I mean, that's the case. That's why they say for you. Other than they don't go 4 or 5. Because we don't lost 2 man there. Against the command they are. Notorious football players them. Well, so what was it notorious? Not in the negative way, actually. I mean,
as well you want to tell
no, not in the negative way. Not in the negative way. In the sense that,
I like you.
In the sense that, is that they are very popular, they are very outstanding, they are very much, serious when they did at the field, and they joke them.
They know they joke.
And for them, it's about their name.
They don't take any game for granted.
Exactly.
Say we're coming to play Leon Star,
Exactly.
it's a small team in Africa.
Exactly.
No, every game big to them.
And he's a captain.
Okay, for
the
Liverpool captain, that's...
No, for Egypt.
Okay.
Oh, now look at Egypt, now the Egyptian.
I don't know their colors.
No, not that. Okay, you see.
It's just similar with what Liverpool.
Exactly.
So.
Okay. Well, we'll go to another issue. We'll say fill in for Leon Stars because we did bad na the group now. Imagine Egypt na 6 points and get to.
They don't play first game.
Well, I only follow them with the Liberian match.
But then at 3 points.
Okay, the way they win. Because 2 not they win.
If they don't play first game, they don't win.
Okay.
In any game you play a game,
you win at 3 points. Okay,
yes.
well, don't get 3 points. We get 1 point. We get 1 point because we draw. You see? Now
we last game.
We last game.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Egypt don't play a game before. If they don't win, then they have 6 points.
We don't know.
I'm not sure.
All right. You listen to TDN Africa Media. We just don't talk about sports. Unfortunately, we went down by 2-0 in Liberia. We wish the team good luck in the other matches. Don't give up. There is still hope. All right. The program to go on. The Liberian election, we will not say, we will not come. If we don't done, they don't release preliminary results. We should say the Liberian opposition party, they in a good position for assume state authority. And the sitting president, Judge Weah, waste any time. Seeing that a country sits on a time bomb, it don't waste any time for the president announce official results, it don't already concede defeat and don't congratulate the opponents. You see? So the question many people they ask is, well, why the panel waits now when they announce the result? Why the rush now there now? What was the why? Why the rush? Is this a rush? Can we call it a rush?
No, it's a rush. You're not really aware of the results. You don't know the position. So that's the right thing I think you do. For just letting supporters they just relax and cool off.
Okay.
Because as a leader, we all know in this situation the result they come out, you know. You support has the kind way they can do the tension, you know. You definitely release some tension, you know.
You're right.
So I think he has done the right thing for concede defeat.
Okay.
You know, and allow let the country remain peaceful, you know.
All right.
That
Thank
is
you
the
very
most
much.
important
Thank
thing.
you very much, Diana. I do want that the country will remain peaceful. But then we will wait for the official announcement, and of course, our president is going to congratulate the president-elect. Then, how will you feel about him congratulating somebody? I mean, we go through a very democratic process.
So, another no way for feel. The only it's just the normal thing to do to congratulate.
All right.
Within himself, in conscience, could tell him this would have been the same thing, you know. If I don't do the right things, then you know, a man could tell like, but I not say something. Even now, something would play in mind.
Right.
They could ask themselves, say, really, George, we are consider this just like that.
Just like that, they're going to say not serious. They'll say, this man not serious. They're not serious. They're still not going to talk. They say this man not serious. It just sounds like when you're in a big office, you're not thief. Then you left the big office, you still going again. They say, this is not born for better. I mean, you know. So the end, you know, Boakai, he got a very strong Salone connection. They say he even attend K school. Then at Kenema school.
You know, don't begin claim ownership.
You know, and that they say he did not mende like water.
So you know, don't begin
claim
ownership now, saying that.
No, he got strong. No, he has a very strong Salone connection. Now he go school.
Okay.
Now product. That's Salone product.
That's nice.
You see, now Salone product.
It's a good thing.
So anyway, we'll wait for the official result, and then we go give now with final congratulatory message to her.
So how old is he?
78 or so.
78.
Yeah, 70 something. 70 something. I will check.
So it will be
I will
84
check.
when he's living.
I will check. I will confirm the age.
Age don't matter in politics.
No, age don't matter.
People get, I don't know, their own way of thinking.
Yeah.
Say the moment you don't 70, for they're out of politics, you know. Look at Nigeria, Tinubu, number 72.
No, they say they put it, don't know.
That's it, so.
They say they put it, John.
Tinubu is over 70. This man will be a president, is over 70.
Yeah. All right, 4,000 prisoners released from jail in Nigeria to tackle mainly the issue of overcrowding. Nigerian prisons are jam-packed. So to one guy said, not 100 people that go there. Can't imagine that sweat, that hot. You have to endure it. For how many years, how many months you have to endure that. So the Nigerian president said, no, let us reduce the population and we search them. Let us go and look for the one who get minor offenses, this and that, and let's see how we can address them. So the majority of the one they saw they release, now the people that will commit traffic offenses or something loitering, they hold them, then they fine them, they're not able to pay the fine. The majority of these 4,000, now that way, they're not able to pay the fine for getting freedom. Because you know, say when they can sentence, they will say, okay, we'll sentence you to 6 months or you pay an equivalent of 5,000 or 5 million. They don't have that. So they went to jail and some of them have been there for years. You know? Then we see just recently also we own Pademba Road. We know for say it was constructed for less than 1,000 inmates, but now hosting over 4,000. So that alone is a very, very serious matter. We get a presidential pardon, working release of most of them inmates today, but over time we don't see they don't begin play game with the presidential pardon with the release of Malaka LC. You know, LC they release them. Later on, the Attorney General say the president don't consider say they pull that particular clemency on that particular LC guide. You know, so many things that they happen. But unfortunately, the fact of the matter is that our prisons, especially the maximum prison, they construct them for less than 1,000 inmates, and now you have over 4,000. So the situation has exploded, Diana.
I laugh because you mentioned the ceiling, Anyway, the facility, I think, therefore, understand that, they take more than the facility can accommodate.
Okay.
Those petty crimes they when people they commit, I think they forget ways a payment plan, they may not get the money at that time. Get ways where they were able for they come and pay until they're able to pay full. But for go this only solution for go put them in a prison, it doesn't make sense at all. Because of traffic offense, because that's not so serious. And they can be serious. They cannot also be serious because traffic offense like can cause accidents. And so do the right thing at traffic, then where you go cause accident, you go lost life. You go people alive go perish from that thing. But let them get a payment plan for them if they're able meet the payments term where they pass the judgment against them, so that the cell they not go overcrowded. Yes. I think that the right thing the government do in Nigeria for release them because the place choke.
Okay.
The place choke. When you go to the correctional centers the day, that for reform your whole life. When you commodity different person, you have commodity the same person. But I not believe say they will get time for all that because of the capacity, because of the crowd with the day, And then some man can go self, he go where he come and doing body all the rubbish fire, because not then they get proper maintenance inside it. So I think it's a good thing that the Nigerian government take the action day and reduce the sales there.
Okay,
just
so
like Salone and the same thing they can do.
Okay, so that is it. President of Nigeria, we don't dove we had to you. Say let you do more. So, and we'll go to another issue now. Prostate cancer, they on the rise. Prostate cancer naturally affects women them after the past 40 years. So somebody goes say, what are the causes of prostate cancer? We don't know really, but it's something we can always check to ascertain. But the other thing I would say is that prostate cancer is a very serious condition for men. And I know one day gets one-to-one discussion with somebody who get prostate cancer, but the fact of the matter is that it's a very serious condition. So what do you think, Anna?
I don't know much about that, how they affect man. But I say generally cancer not very good, for anybody get cancer and I cause for concern, taking into consideration that we not get most people always say, I ever go to Ghana, they fly to Ghana for go through the treatment.
Okay.
No, we don't get the kind of medical facility or the kind of equipment in Salone where they treat the people a day. I don't know for prostate cancer, but most of the other cancers the woman they can suffer from, most of them where you can reach at a stage where they know diagnose early. For make sure see they fly they go to Ghana. Even when they diagnose early, it's good that you diagnose early so that you can get treatment and you go heal from them.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed. I will read this. It's not yet clear why younger men get prostate cancer. There seems to be a link between your genes and early onset prostate cancer. Researchers need to do more studies to see if things like obesity, physical activity, HPV infection, and exposure to things in the environment like cancer-causing agents play a role. All right, so what they say is that it's not too clear what they cause prostate cancer in young men, because a young man now we say they become affected, So it's a very serious concern. So we can only hope that this is addressed as soon as possible. But then let's just look at the causes. They say doctors know that prostate cancer begins when cells in the prostate develop changes in their DNA. A cell's DNA contains the instructions that tell a cell what to do. The changes tell the cells to grow and divide more rapidly than normal cells do. Okay? So you talk about the cell stem, say, the public in there, according to researchers, once they they go bad, then it leads to something like prostate cancer. And I know they talk to somebody to know how, when they get prostate cancer, how they feel and how they manage it. So it's a very serious concern, and the public need serious education on that, because one of the challenges we'll get in this country is the lack of public education. Even the intake of water, they recommend say that to take over there if you take 2 per day. But how many people know that? So public education is very, very crucial. Diana, what do you think?
Everything said, people need for when you educate people, then you put them in a safer position, in a better position. So now this lacking now in society. Government ministries, agencies, the ministries, they were responsible. No, they do enough public education. The only thing we need in a way there's a day for observe.
Yeah.
I think the need for get budget for public education, especially the Ministry of Health, because there are so many elements then where people need for be aware of. They need for know the kind of protection what they will take so that they're not going to be affected. But it's a sad thing, and most of we meet their house or media organizations there, we know they specialize in reporting on health and different other sectors them. But a good that the need for the engage the public and let people know certain things them. The more at least that will put you in a safe position, it will put you in a more informed, it will make you get a more informed position about what you do, especially with your health situation. So you will not say this thing not good for me for take, this thing not good for me for do. It go serve as a safeguard for you. But it's so sad that public education is a priority for most of the MDs then.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed. The program will go on TDN Africa Media, from one sickness to the other sickness. We don't move from prostate cancer. We now come to HIV/AIDS, and they say the infection rates don't go among picking them between 0 to 24 years. And according to the figures for last year alone, we got about 22,000 new infections, with over 1,000 being children. This is a worrying situation. HIV/AIDS is on the rise. We have to be mindful. Condom use is very, very crucial. Then, of course, you have to provide assistance to people who are victims already. You have to provide assistance for them and not victimize or intimidate them. Then I would think 22,000 new cases just last year.
I think funding don't decline on HIV and AIDS. The HIV Secretariat is one of the agencies that we engage the public.
Yeah.
And people they get information, Now about a week or 2 ago we see report that most of the HIV/AIDS people living with HIV/AIDS is concerned about the medication. We're very, very important, because when women get belly, they need for go test time and know if you get HIV, so they go know with the scientists measure they will get so that the pikin no go be infected.
Okay.
So if all that not they happen now, because this just shows nothing like that they happen now. I wonder whether they do all the tests they do now so that they will know and protect the pikin and the newborn baby then. The HIV Secretariat somehow dormant. I know they live in here, but the existence, I remember during the time of Webakagbo, you may really not say HIV/AIDS. They do a very good job at the country, because the communications department is really vocal. We get a lot of engagements there and radio programs there where they talk to the public. Tell people everything for use condom, the use of condom, and they promote the use of condom, and a lot more. But now, absolutely, they get nothing absolutely from them. And all what we hear now that the numbers they increase, the numbers they increase. But what are you doing? So.
All right, interesting. Well, of course, the program will go on. Charlotte community say they do Edma where they don't, where ECS so they announce for them, they don't want them. They say because not to the community register, and that's a register another community, and so you don't get legitimacy for stand for anything at the community that is the Charlotte community. And this is not typical Creole community. What do you think, Diana?
A normal time in a Creole community, whoever win, they win. Some of the issues there, so they will not raise them before the election. It's too late for them to say that the person will register. Now, how it comes to no register at Charlotte. So me, I don't really understand. I think we need to do more investigation for understand what's the situation. But whatever that they concern, those concerns should have been raised before the election. After the election, after all the petitions, CCSL do go through everything and don't announce winner, then reject her and I say no want her. I think so. It's not really good.
Okay.
I think the people of Salone now, Salone going to predominantly dominated by Creole. You go in other communities there now, you get a lot of other tribes in other communities there. So most of their communities that they don't get, we don't mix. Not only Creole people like this. So, and I'm not saying the Creole people are better against them than their community there again. I think they give the ECSL too much headache because these are issues we don't raise before the election. Look so after these results don't come out, they don't announce winner. You are seeing another one. And I don't know how comes the person already studied. Then I don't even understand how it will happen. So for me, I'm in doubt. So no move forward.
Of course, yes, sure. I do this cool down. And then we get two more issues for deal with. The need to scale up nutrition in Sierra Leone. We get a lot of premature birth, and we get a serious high rate of premature deaths as well in the country. And malnutrition is widespread, with 33% of children under 5 years of age being stunted, and approximately 176,269 they suffer from acute malnutrition on an annual basis. So 33% of children under 5 years of age being stunted in their growth, and of course approximately 176,269 they suffer from acute malnutrition on a daily basis. Diana, this is serious.
Bella woman there, I just say when they go to clinic, they go always advise waiting for the eat for preventing particular the learning of malnourished. Because everybody picking the inside your belly, you need to get proper nutrients. You don't forget the right nutrients inside the belly.
So you need for eat good eat.
You need for eat good eat.
Yes.
And not to pass you get millions before you eat good eat. They say cut you goes according to your size.
You're right.
So no say you ever get protein. In a mina area, or in mina self, you don't grow up now. I hope you understand. But you don't get this belly as well. And what you want now from where you get healthy baby, for born healthy baby. So there's lots of sacrifices you get from make, your partner get from make. Whether you married or in a single room, and because woman they can just say they not get man, you get belly, say you not get man. How you get this belly as well? And a man there for waiting say you for get belly. But they happy.
Mhm.
The plenty belong man they didn't know get man that they want me to take care of themselves.
Of course, lots of single mothers also.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So you ever make sacrifice in during that 10 day, all you focus for be on pregnancy.
Yes, but it depends back then, and that's like what you say, some pregnancies, they come where the person not prepared, where the person get a lot of challenges for deal with. So like the pregnancy is so like you have to be prepared. I mean, of course, in an ideal situation, that is what happens. So you see, you get ideal situation and you get the unfortunate circumstance, in which the majority of women that they find themselves in, whether they in belly, dynamic, if I say, most of them can even die because sometimes even access for go for treatment, then where they only want for born now they go for 9 they go to hospital. And also,
but I don't know about the free healthcare, maybe the free like somebody.
Well, yes, of course. Well, you see, if you go the nurse that they give back talk, some nurse that they give back talk, they say free healthcare, free die. So often the kind of medicine that you need for the under the free healthcare, they will not give you so they go to hospital for free healthcare for just satisfy the name free healthcare. They give you something and even commensurate it. So most times they have to give you a prescription and you go buy the drugs then. If not, you don't have a good care at all. That's the unfortunate situation. Of course, we never say they are doing their best in terms of rolling out the free health care, but it is not as effective as one would think. Yeah. So
Sustainability in free healthcare, I think the government for me to continue. I know see themselves get their own priority on education. Whether they don't cancel or not, people don't know. Because they know them, I think say people they need for the take action or authorities they need for the take action. You gotta complain that they go down they reach them. See now so that they try attitude and behavior that they put up again. Pregnant woman, woman get belly, then you go tell and say free waiting, free healthcare, free die.
yeah, how do?
No, I think as long as woman in that kind of situation, they now you for the encourage them.
True.
When they go there, na side step for they go get counseling, because someone they work in the morning till then, they go self, they find, in mind and all things. So when they reach in, I need for put them there and counsel them and talk to them and advise them what they for they do, so that they be able to born the baby without any complications.
Okay. Well, of course, would they wish say the Ministry of Health could take this very, very serious, because it's nothing good for us to be losing our members. Our population is so small that, if picking that they born, picking that they die, they're supposed to add to the number, and then they are wasting off. So it's a very serious situation. We are waiting for the outcome of the Liberian election, and I know for say congratulatory messages don't already begin to pour in. I read about 4 congratulatory messages yesterday from very prominent organizations around the world, congratulating the Liberian people, congratulating the Liberian President George Weah for presiding over a very credible election. So that kind of thing. And of course, we talk about prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is a very serious condition for men. It's not good at all, because you get a lot of damage to your mental thinking and faculty even. So it's a very serious situation. HIV/AIDS on the increase is a very major issue. And they say it prevalent more with the commercial sex workers. So the commercial sex workers, them for brace up, you have to find something else to do. Government has to be more concerned about them by taking them off that kind of trade and put them into some other alternative livelihood means. I think that would be good for them very, very well. But I say the commercial sex workers then get the highest prevalence. So it's a serious concern also. Then 22,000 new infections recorded last year So I wonder now how much we record for this year. So it's a very serious concern. When I saw with the bean card cutting down, Diana.
Well, thank you to you who are there with me from the start to the end of the program. We go there again on Wednesday. God willing, join me again on Wednesday for another edition of Salone Talk on TDN Africa Media.
Okay, me na Theophilus Gbenda. The wishing are well, as always. I want to say thank you for listening to us. Please feel free to share our posts, but more importantly, feel free to subscribe to our channel so you have all what is coming from here. Thank you to the technical man at the studio, Brother Tijan, and bravo to the entire TDN Media team. That's what we'll say bye-bye till the next edition.
Credible information, TDN at the station, TDN Africa Media, for news and entertainment, TDN gets the latest, TDN Africa Media, connect and make the news they meet you as you go. Through Diaspora Network.